Well, there it is. Hey there, this is WTii and welcome to a Heroes of the Storm gameplay video for Brightwing, a support build. Now if you want to see this build for yourself or use it, then there will be a link to it in the video description. And it's all about the heals and just spamming the hell out of Brightwing because she's got a passive heal, super easy mode, but she does actually have abilities to go alongside it and those help her use those heals. So that's what we're going to be doing, spamming abilities and healing like mad. I want to see if I can get over 100k healing in this game, depending on how long the game goes on for. So our first tier of talent at level 1. Going to go for Shield Dust, increases number of blocks. So that increases it to 3. That just helps anyone that's tanking. They can now take 3 basic attacks, hits, and block them all, instead of 2. And that's very nice for later on, especially against a hero like Valor as well. So I'm just getting ready. See if anyone wants to get into action. Otherwise, be ready to take one of the lanes. We've already got a healer at the top, that's Malfurion, so I'm going to stay at the bottom down here. And Valor, she's a good hero here. Got Cigar as well. So we're going to have a lot of control in this lane, so this shouldn't be a problem. We should be able to keep them under control for the most part. Just poke at them when possible. Otherwise, just wait until the mines come up, because that's what it looks like it's going to go down to. Let's have a look and see what heroes they've got. They've got Valor, Sonya, Brightwing, Tychus and Kerrigan. Not quite a mirror match, but there's a few similarities there. I'll start chucking some abilities out. Okay, they're bringing 3 players out onto the field now, so Valor's going to be one of the targets. Otherwise, I will be going for Brightwing, poking her whenever possible, because she is basically the weakest target out of them. Even though Valor technically is, Brightwing can keep her alive, so that's what you want to be aiming to do. The gem, the gem relics, trinkets and all of that I've taken. So the gem is the brilliant Topaz, that's plus 10% to damage and ability and healing on all abilities. A relic is the coin, so that's going to be 1 mana regeneration per second, and trinket is Khaydarin Amulet, so that's going to be plus 40% maximum mana. So basically it's going to be very easy as this Brightwing hero who passively heals and can spam like mad. Cigar's got the control of this lane, but she's abandoned it. There is some creeps though to go with that, so that's nice. They can come back into this lane and we can push very strongly soon. Can't really do too much damage at this point in the game, just basically dancing around. Here we go, level 4, tier 2 on the talent tree. Now this is tempting to go for protective shield, but I'm actually going to go for reduced damage from 1 spell, so that's anti-magic powder. So basically I can reduce a spell damage ability by 50%. So that's really good, but it's got like a 3-second cooldown, so if you're expecting to get hit by something like Nova, for example, then that's a very good ability to take. And of course, Pixie Dust is on a 12-second cooldown, so Protective Shield is a 60-second cooldown, so you can get 5 Pixie Dusts off, basically, in the time that you can get 1 Protective Shield off. So that's partly the reason why I'm going for it. It looks like I can actually cast it on minions as well, which is pretty nice, because that's going to keep them alive just a little bit longer. So that's not too bad. A little extra bonus. Ooh. Bit keen there, Sonya. I can actually just speed myself up there and finally use this Moonwell. It's given me a reason to use it at least. So Pixie Dust is a brilliant ability. It increases your movement speed by 25% and obviously blocks attacks, as mentioned before. I can increase that. Lasts only for 4 seconds, but it reduces their damage by 50%. Pretty neat. So I'm going to step up here into the mines because it's basically time to go and see if we can gank anyone. And I'm going to put Pixie Dust on this Valor, who's going to take basically no damage whatsoever from that crazy Sonya, who didn't really realise that that was a very bad engagement. I'm just going to hang around here. I think I'm going to split off and see how well I can do down the mines here. And I'm level 7 now, so Regenerative Rains is the next talent I will take. Soothing Mist on... So Soothing Mist activates each time you use a basic ability. Oh, hi there. I wondered what started that off. I think I can actually 1 versus 1 fella. I wonder. It actually looks like I can do fairly well, but I'm going to eventually lose this, so... Unfortunately, Polymorph came off cooldown at last possible moment and went off after she used her attack there. That was curious though. I almost had that, and that's probably a fight I shouldn't even be able to win. So if I could drag that fight out a little bit longer, it would have been better off. But besides, I shouldn't really be playing Brightwing this way. And I can always use my Sed to get around on the map. If you spawn back from your main base, just use your Sed. That's basically your mount ability to travel back into fight. So you want to get ready back into the action as fast as possible. Basically, you just want to be around as many allies as possible so you can help heal them. Maybe help give them kills. We'll see. Sonya's going to have a rough time this game. She gets focused a lot, this one. Brightwing doesn't have a mount ability. She's just always moving around as she is, so you've got to bear that in mind. But she can speed herself up through Pixie Dust, and later on you can take the sprint talent, but not with this build. I don't personally, because generally I'm mobile enough that I can survive. I want to stay in here. We can try to hold this, but this is nasty because all 5 of them are here. But we did manage to get the Mercs, and I think this Sonya is in a lot of trouble because I can't keep her alive. My abilities are off cooldown, so it's a bit of a shame. And see if I can escape this, but no, it's time to basically polymorph and then get out. There you go. So you can always use that to escape. But that's only if you got your phase shift on cooldown. If not, that fella's going to kill you. So there we go. We're learning here. You don't have to be a pro with Brightwing. She's definitely one of the easiest healers by a long shot. You actually play her much more of a kind of a DPS, and she just does healing on the side. Like a utility type of hero. Getting a bit nasty here. Just about able to escape and back to the fountain of healing. I can phase shift again, so I might do that, judging on who needs it. I'm going to come over here because these guys are about to get ganked. I'm not sure what good that's going to do though, apart from just trying to help your allies out, but this is kind of an unwinnable situation by the looks of it. At least one of us can survive, other than myself. Now here we go, level 10 finally, Blink Heal, boom! Now this is ability to just blink around the map. Not only does that give brilliant utility, but it also allows you to basically heal allies up. And later on I'm going to get a talent that basically helps me spam my abilities out further on. Unless I've already picked it up. Yes, I have actually. That was a level 7 one. Ooh, let's get into the action. I'm still trying to commentate so much here, so getting used to it all. We're about to get ganked. And this is looking nasty. Try to heal up. That's a lovely use of the trigger. Happy fella going off crazy there. 2 hero kills there, right on the ball. Nicely done. Basically that hugely backfired for them. It looked like they were about to do massive area of effect damage to us, but it actually completely and utterly turned around on us. This is where Brightwing is at her strongest, basically around everyone as much as possible. And when you are, you got to remember that because of this level 7 regenerative rains talent, basically, if I'm like polymorphing a unit, that heals. If I use my Q, that heals. So, on top of the actual normal 4-second passive cooldown on it, that's always ticking as long as someone's taken damage. You can actually proc Soothe and Mist over and over by using various other abilities. So the key is to basically use abilities and split them, uses of them. So try to use Q and then a W afterwards and then an E, and so on and so forth, and you can do a lot of healing within a very short space of time. So as long as you've got good control, it works out very nicely. This is a giant golem. This looks like it could be a rather quick game, this one. Still got so much control in this. So if I get too close, I can use my phase shift, tank a couple of hits, because I know I'm going to block spell damage and also block... Ooh, hello. A couple of blink heals to that fella. There we go. Who's otherwise known as a Pracy. You might have noticed that. I didn't want to draw too much attention to it though. But look at this golem go. He's going nuts. Now this is the part where you could go for sprint. If you think you're in a situation where you're getting super focused, then maybe take sprint. But otherwise I like phase shield, because if you're active enough and using your shield, your phase shift all the time, and you... Wow, Jesus, that went so quick. I was not expecting that. That's crazy. I'm going to have to... What? I'm going to have to finish off the build afterwards then. Give me a moment then. I'll have a look at the talents when this is over. That's crazy. I didn't even actually look at the stats. I mean, the stats afterwards... That was a 9-minute 21 game. What the heck? Okay. So the stats afterwards give you no decent information. So you need to see the actual stats that you see in game. I didn't even look at those ones because I was too busy concentrating on everything else. So Let's go to shop quickly. Brightwing. Talents. Now, just to finish off basically how I was going to demonstrate things is, for example, Phase Shield. I was talking about that. So, if you can, think of it as a 30-second cooldown where you can give an ally a 200-point shield. Now, as this stacks up with your level, so at level 20 it gives something like 700 shield. It doesn't sound like that much, but it's a good way to initiate a fight. So, for example, if Sonya on our team wants to charge into the fight, I Phase Shield on her, she goes in, and then as soon as she starts taking damage past that point, she's already going to get healed by my abilities, and then I can blink heal to her, I can use other abilities nearby her, and it gets quite crazy. So if you think you can get away with using Phase Shield, then yeah, it's a good ability, I suggest it. But all of the abilities in this tier are very good. At level 16, Harden Focus, that's the main one. Level 16 talents are the best, basically. Basically tier 5, tier 6 rather talents. While above 80% life, your basic ability cooldowns regenerate 50% faster. Thank you very much, Brightwing, for that commentary. Yeah, so this is what it's all about. It's about spamming abilities. Brightwing, she's constantly healing, and as long as you stick around at the back, she's got quite a large AoE heal with a trait ability, so Soothe and Mist. So you can basically just hang around, and you pretty much will be at 80% plus life. If not, you can kind of force yourself to that point where you just spam abilities and heal yourself back up. Otherwise, you can just regenerate by going back home and then phase shifting back to an ally into the fight. So it's a bit like Sagara, where she returns back to base using Nidus Worm. So yeah, cooldowns regenerate 50% faster. So you can imagine that that's just more spamming, that's more healing. And it gets quite crazy later on. She does so much healing, it's just ridiculous. I mean, if I looked at the scoreboard, it wouldn't have been that much because that was such a quick game. But the later the game goes, the more crazy she gets. Level 20, finishing it off. Storm Shield. Potentially good. Brightwing keeps telling me it's cold. I don't care anymore, Brightwing. You're flapping your wings. That's keeping you warm. Storm Shield. 45 seconds cooldown. Great if everyone's nearby and right next to each other. Maybe they've all got high health pools, like a couple of warriors, a few warriors, something like that. Otherwise, I wouldn't worry about this one too much because I would go for Ysera's Blessing, which is increasing the maximum charges to 3. That just means that you can spam that ability out even more, and you can stack it up to 3 charges. So when you enter a big fight, you're going to be using that straight away. Then you're going to be using your abilities to cool in between, heal in between, and then back to Ysera's Blessing abilities, so on and so forth. Basically, Brightwing's completely broken at the moment. Go play her if you really want to start winning in your Heroes of the Storm versus matches. She's very, very pug friendly as well. You can enter sort of like solo queues and do very well with her. But then again, she is still dependent on the allies, as we all are. But she's still very good, so I would highly suggest Brightwing. Very up there on the OP meter, and that's the build I would choose for you as well. You can always deviate, but if you do choose to use this build, then check out the video description once again, because it's right there for you to copy and paste as you wish. Alright then, that will do it, so thank you very much for watching. Please like the video if you enjoyed it. If you didn't like it, then I'm sorry, I'll try better next time. Give me feedback, let me know what you think in the comments section below. Otherwise, subscribe to the channel if you do want to see more Heroes of the Storm content, which there will be plenty of. And that'll do it for now. Thank you very much for watching. Take a good day. Take a good day. Just have a bloody good day. I'll see you later. Take care. And now you can enjoy me going into Warcraft 3. Just to cut off the recording. Wait for it.